Yeah.
Good morning. We are going to talk about nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication, it's not only body language, it also includes touch, the voice level, pupils, everything. This nonverbal communication is not only used as literally communicating something, but it's also not trying to communicate something. You can block things or you can tell things just by the way you look or the way you talk. It's really it's really amazing what you can tell. You can say how are you feeling just with what you're doing with your hands. It's amazing.
Well, body language, it may reveal clues of your emotions or your mood by the physical behavior, like the movement of your hands, your legs, and well, this is also represented in animals, and this is called kinesics. Kinesics. Body language must not be confused with sign language, because sign language is a real language with grammar, with a very complex grammar and structure, and by the other hand, the body language does not have either grammar, does not have grammar. But body language must be interpreted because it may change with country from country or culture of different cultures. So this comes like to a this is like body language is not like a universal language because it changes a lot from countries. Mm. Well, body body postures is also defined well with by the way you move your hands. For example, if you're like talking to someone, and that person is looking at you with his arms at his sides and his feet looking at you, it means that he's paying attention and he's interested in the conversation. By the other hand, if he is with his arm crossed or with all his weight in one leg only, it means that he's like in a casual attitude, not like very interested. Also, if you're sitting, you can know the mood of a person, because if he's like leaning his back to the part of the chair and leaning forward his head, it means that he's paying attention and he's interested in learning something. And if he is like with kicking or very productive, it means that he's like impatient and he's not very interested in what you're telling. Many psychologists said that studied like the body postures, and if you put your hands in your waist, it means that you're being aggressive. If you cross your arms, it means that you're not interested or you are like neutral. Also, if you're they say like if you're with your legs crossed, it means that you are showing disinterest. And that's all.
Facial expressions. There's this researcher Paul Ekman that wanted to know if there was any sign of life in how a person reacted to something. So he went to this psychiatric hospital to make interviews with these people that were there, and what he got was just lies, and he could never tell if they were lying or not. So there was once this patient that was going for the weekend to see her family, and every time a patient goes out, she had to be interviewed. So by interviewing her and recording it, the doctor that realized that did the interview was he truly believed what she was saying and that she was okay and she didn't want to suicide anymore. So he was about to tell her she was allowed to go out the weekend, and she told him, I was lying, all of this was a lie, and I fooled you. I want to suicide myself, and I was planning to do it tomorrow. So she couldn't go out that weekend, but while looking the record of the interview over and over again, Paul Ekman and his crew got to look these microsecond expressions that indicated that she was lying, like hiding information and all like that. So these expressions were repeatedly seen in many interviews, and these are not like, yeah, I'm lying, you got me. These expressions show surprise, anger, discontent, disgust. So by looking at the feelings, you can tell if it's a lie or not. That's the first. So facial expressions are a key to solving crimes and psychology issues. Next, the eyes are a key factor to see this. For example, an eye gaze, by looking directly at you, a person can tell you that they are paying attention and they want to learn what you're telling them. But if they are looking away and blinking a lot, they can show disapproval of what you're saying. Blinking too much means that a person is uncomfortable with what they are doing or saying, or what you're doing or telling them. Too little means that they are anxious and they are trying to control every aspect of their body to not tell themselves off. The pupil size also is an important way to know what a person is telling you, because if it's too big, it means they are paying attention, they like you, they like what you're saying. But it's too small, it can be anger, fear, all these emotions that relate to adrenaline. Mouth is the second most important factor in a face. First, lips can mean disapproval or disgust. Lip biting means that the person is anxious, or cover their mouths means they are hiding a reaction or a feeling.
Well, sign language. This is like mostly the language that deaf or mute people use, because since they can't communicate with others with their mouth or speaking, they use like the alphabet, and also they are like, there's a sign for every letter, and they also, for not doing like every letter in each sentence, there are like abbreviations, like this means like going somewhere, like to eat something. And
well, sign language is also, it also includes these signs or these flag positions. Many armies use in their operations. Like if there's the flag is halfway, it means they are getting ready for something. If it's all the way down, it means they had losses. Also in the operations, the most common or famous language for an army is the ASL, the American Sign Language. It relates to undercover operations when they have to be completely quiet. So this means hold on, this means keep going. These can be split teams, or to the bombarding of a location, they use specific signs which are not signed, or when they end their mission and it's a successful mission, they do like this, so the job is complete.
well, in conclusion, we can say that body language can establish the relationship between two persons. And many psychologists, for example, in body language, many psychologists like have like an argument